Good afternoon, everybody. It is meteorologist 812 forecast here, guys, and welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are all enjoying your Saturday afternoon. I do apologize for posting a bit later than usual because usually I post a video at 12 on the weekends, but I actually had some plans and I was just busy with the house and all that. But yeah, guys, we're gonna actually be focusing on now new named Tropical Storm Humberto. So yes, this is a tropical storm, and it actually most likely possibly become maybe even a major hurricane. So yeah, it went from maybe a very small system 2 days ago to now possibly a huge threat for the Bermuda Island area, and maybe even Nova Scotia. It could possibly go up the East Coast. And if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, guys. It really means a lot. Also, be sure to like the video and leave a comment if you have any questions below. So guys, without further ado, let's get in the video. So yes, we do have tropical storm Humberto right here in the Bahamas, and it's actually a huge threat for the Bahamas because again, 2 weeks ago they got hit by major Hurricane Dorian, and now we have a tropical storm going over almost the same areas. A good thing is it is looking like it will just go a couple miles east of the Grand Bahamas Islands and the Abaco Islands. It won't make direct impact really. It should maybe just bring in some very weak tropical storm force winds. And again, it's still a huge threat because they are still recovering from a Category 5. So it's not like a tropical storm going over an area that has not been affected. Like, that's a complete different, and that's why it is a big threat right now. I know it's a tropical storm, but it's a very big threat right now, especially for the Bahamas. So here it is at 45 knots, so it is at 50 miles per hour. So it actually has gained a lot of strength since yesterday. It's gained 20 miles per hour within the last couple of hours. Within the last 12 to 16 hours, it's really starting to strength. Get a lot stronger and pick up the strength as we do possibly have some warmer waters off those Bahamas Islands. The minimal central pressure is at 1,005 millibars, so that has also gone down. It was at 1,009, so now it's at 1,005, and it has slowed down just a little bit. It was moving at it was actually moving at 8 miles per hour, but now it's moving 7 miles per hour. So that's that. Now we're gonna be looking at the satellite imagery right here, and so yeah, we're gonna be looking at the satellite imagery. It actually has moved quite a bit within the last 2 to 3 hours. So here we have Tropical Storm Humberto, and again, it's actually not really super organized whatsoever. It really isn't. It's actually a pretty big system. It's really covering a lot of areas with these clouds. So it goes all the way. Let me try to actually redo that because the epic ping wasn't working right now. It goes all the way up here to down here. So this is actually a very big system. Really, it really is. Here we have the southern part. Here's the southern part of the storm, and here is the northern part of the storm. As you can tell, the northern part of the storm can actually go all the way up the Daytona area, and then the southern part's all the way down here near the Keys. So yeah, it's actually a pretty big system. It's actually kind of confusing. A lot of people are thinking it's right here, but it's actually also over here because it still is going east of the Bahamas. We have the worst of it right here. This is where we have the worst of the system. We are actually having a lot of rotation. Right here is where we're actually going to redo that. We're actually having a lot of rotation compared to yesterday. We are seeing these clouds start to rotate off the Abaco and Grand Bahamas Islands. We are also start to seeing some rotation or vorticity in these bands out here. They're actually, again, this does not look like a tropical storm, but again, we aren't seeing too many issues. Again, it's going to be going just east of the Bahamas, which is really good because we really don't need a tropical storm landfall. And again, it is not really going to bring a huge threat for Florida. It's actually not a huge threat for the Bahamas or Florida. The biggest threat right now is for Bermuda. Bermuda does have that huge threat to watch out, but again, it's still very far out, especially from the Bermuda, so it could take a turn south, north, east, or west. Again, it can go east, west, north, or south of Bermuda. And when systems go around Bermuda, that's kind of where it is the unknown where it's going to go, because with Bermuda, with systems going Bermuda, it takes a last minute turn, what I've seen the past couple of years. So we actually did not they removed these tropical storm watches from Florida, which is a good sign, because again, it is now turning way farther than Dorian did, because Dorian turned like this is what kind of Dorian did right here. But again, this one's turning a lot sooner than we thought. We actually possibly thought it was going to go maybe straight through Florida into the Gulf. I actually never thought it was going to go in the Gulf, but I kind of thought it was going to go like this. But again, it did turn a lot sooner than we thought. We still have these tropical storm warnings in effect for the Abaco Islands, the Grand Bahamas Islands. We do have a couple islands there in the blue, which is tropical storm warnings. So far, no, this is all we have right now. This is all we have for the next 3, or actually tomorrow, guys. We can possibly have very, very, very late tomorrow, around 8 o'clock. We can have a Hurricane Humberto form. So yeah, we can actually have this become a hurricane. So yeah, it's actually not only a chance, but it actually is very soon. So tomorrow, if it becomes a hurricane, I will possibly maybe have a double upload on that. And then within the next 4 to 5 days, it will be going to the areas of Bermuda all the way to Thursday. So that's why, again, I am saying it's very, very far out from occurring. It's going through the Bermuda. So then here's the track guidance. I'm only really looking at the track guidance because for those people who are saying, what if it goes there? What if it goes there? Well, I'm going to be showing you guys that there's a possibility it doesn't unless you're saying it's going to miss. So yeah, there's almost the 2% chance it goes to Florida or the Carolinas. Again, it is possibly going to be going through this turn and towards the Bermuda area. And again, I said there will be a threat for the Nova Scotia area because I actually think there's a possibility it might take a turn. Again, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying there could be a chance where it maybe goes over here instead. But again, we're still going to have a lot of rain with the system in Nova Scotia anyways. And again, there's actually one model showing going straight over Bermuda. We have all the models showing just going north. But if we actually look at the winds and the radar, that shows going right over Bermuda. So that's why it is a threat. The mod tracks don't show it really going over Bermuda. It's just going north. And then the winds and the radar itself do show it going straight over Bermuda. So that's why it is something we can't say you're going to evacuate or you're not going to have to evacuate. Maybe late Tuesday, that's when we have a good idea what you should do and what you should not do in Bermuda or anywhere that you think you can be in a threat with Humberto. So now we're going to be looking at the model intensity guidance. And boy, have we been seeing a jump within strength, have we? Again, here it is at 45 knots. We're talking about a hurricane within the next 36 hours. So again, it could be late tomorrow or early, it can be late tomorrow or early on Monday. So if it doesn't become a hurricane tomorrow, that'll be the topic on Monday. And it's not looking like it's going to go like this as a Category 1. It's actually looking like it could strengthen pretty fast to a Category 2. We should have category 2 within the next 48 hours to around 96 hours. So there is a huge jump or a huge time period where it becomes a Category 2. But I really don't think it's going to become a major hurricane. I think the strongest it will get is a possibly medium Category 2. So not as strong or weak. I think in between there, that type of Category 2. And then there are 3 models showing a major hurricane as a Category 3. So again, there's a lot of things that can happen with the system. So here we have Humberto off the coast of the Bahamas. It is bringing in it's bringing in about 25 knots off the Florida coast. So it is bringing some winds. Could bring in a bit bigger waves, but again, not a huge threat for Florida. Again, right now, not until maybe the next. It's not really going to be a huge threat with strengthening within the next, maybe all the way into the next 36 hours. But after the next 36 hours, that's where we have it kind of turning away from the United States. So again, it does go north a little bit again. So at this point, it looks like it's going to go straight towards the Carolinas. But then it kind of stalls just for a little bit. It looks like it does stall a little bit. And then it starts to push like this. So it's actually kind of weird what it's going to do. It's going to be going over, just stalling right now. If you guys are wondering where Bermuda is right here. I'm going to keep that circle there. Let me actually kind of make it right here because that little black dot, that's Bermuda. So let me keep that there for those people who are wondering where Bermuda is. And here we have huge Humberto. So that's Humberto at about a Category 1 hurricane. And look, it goes straight over Bermuda. It looks like Bermuda went through the southern part of the eye, and you guys will be dealing with possibly Category 3 force winds with 122 knots. So like I said earlier, the winds are showing it going straight over Bermuda. And then you guys are wondering, why did I say Nova Scotia could have a threat with this system? Because look, the wind is also showing again pretty close to Nova Scotia, and again it possibly could bring in maybe some very, very weak tropical storm force winds. So that's why I added Nova Scotia to that possibly problem with winds and just with Humberto in general. The last thing we're going to be looking at is the radar, and the radar is not showing a huge, like, right on the dead center of Humberto. It's kind of showing like maybe the eye wall or something. Let me just wait for this thing to load. It is taking a little bit longer. Okay, here we go. So again, it's not showing direct, like, right on the eye like the wind is showing. It's still showing a lot closer than what the mod tracks are showing, definitely. So here we have it. This is, I think, later today. No, this is actually tomorrow. Again, it's going to be moving up. It's going to be very fast moving. So by Monday, tomorrow, tomorrow, by tomorrow, it will be way out of the Bahamas issue list. And yet it will be kind of stalling just a little bit. I'm not saying it will stall like Dorian. It's just looking like it just stays in an area for about a couple hours for a pretty long time. That will actually bring maybe possibly a threat for Southeast Florida, bring a huge flooding threat for sure. And look, it does strengthen a lot more. It goes to 978 millibars. Here's Bermuda right here. And again, it is actually kind of going like this, and now it's looking like it's going to go straight through. But again, it's not going to go right over the worst of it over the Bahamas. Like I said, it's going to be possibly the eye wall. Again, it actually has just shifted a little bit right now over the Bahamas. But again, it's a very complicated right now to say, because again, it could go like this. It could go like this. It can go like this. Again, there's a lot of things that can happen with Humberto, and then again, it will actually continue to strengthen as it goes near the Bahama or the Bermuda, and then again, once after that, it's not a huge threat. We're gonna be looking at rainfall totals really quick for those people who are wondering exactly if they can be affected in North Carolina, Florida, any of those areas. So let's get out the total accumulated precipitation right here. We could actually see definitely a lot of rain with this system. The most rain we'll be seeing inland is actually in Bermuda, where we could see maybe 4 to 5 inches. But it could really be a huge threat if it shifts a bit more to the south. They can be within a foot of rain. So again, it is a huge threat. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and bye guys.